What's up guys, welcome to Blake's Garage. Today is gonna be a little unboxing video of some new stuff I'm gonna need for the S52 swap on the BMW E30. So let's get down to it and open this thing up. Alright guys, so when you add more power to a car, most of the time you're gonna need to upgrade the cooling. So what I have here is a Fragile box from Koyorad. These guys actually sent this out to me, which was really awesome and perfect timing, so that was great. Koyorad makes some awesome radiators, and yeah, they just came out with this one that fits the E36 and E30. It is an aluminum radiator, so let's rip this thing open and see how it looks. So as far as boxes go, this has the inevitable staples, so watch out for those things, guys. You're not going to be flinging around a knife on this unboxing. You're really just going to be watching out for those. Good foam, always good to see. We want to keep this thing looking fresh and looking good. Also sent me a t-shirt, which was very nice of them. Alright, so very minimalistic unboxing here, but we have what we have. I'm going to have to get some electric fans for this, just because the S52 is going to sit much closer to this, and I don't really want to run a fan clutch, as that can go right into this nice and pretty radiator. So let's get a little bit closer and we'll get this thing open. Always love the look of that Koyorad freaking logo. Looks really cool, and we'll rip this thing out of the box. Not quite sure if this has the logo on the front. We will see, we will see. Oh, we do need a knife, you know? Okay. Pour on this is muchos stickorosos. So what I'm gonna do here in a sec is I think we will take it over to the E30 and we'll show it over there, but first we'll do a little tabletop view of it. Very lightweight because it's aluminum. However, obviously it gets a lot heavier when things get put into it, like fluid and stuff like that. It looks like, do I have this the correct direction? I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah. One of my favorite things about Koyorad radiators is just the sick logo in the front. You just gotta love that. You just gotta love the attention to detail there. It is nicely brushed and wiped down. It's cool that it's not polished, I have to say. I'm not a fan of polished aluminum radiators. Why, might you say? It looks so good. Well, that look only lasts about 5 minutes until you get a little bit of coolant on the thing or anything like that. So this look right here is super easy to take care of with just a, well, really just one of these guys. A little piece of Scotch-Brite. You can clean that thing up real quick and just keep it looking fresh, which is great. Now also on these radiators, they are all pre-drilled and have bungs for your temperature gauges and all those sorts of things. You have the, for the external reservoir right here, you got that. We got a little mounting tab on here on the front and one little guy right there. Also the little tabs on the front here. I think those are to work with the factory shroud. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that's true. What else do we have here? We got a drain plug in the bottom here, which is great. Always good to see a drain plug. The Koyorad is stamped into the side, which just looks really, really nice. Flipping this thing upside down, we have a nice little like mounting area right here. You know, it's nice and flat, the normal radiator look. You got your Koyorad inspection, you got a name. You know, this thing you can tell has been hand gone through. They actually do pressure test these from the factory, which is really good. You know, there's our little other nub for some mounting there. Right here is a drain plug, which is really nice. It is aluminum, set up to take a wrench, which is great for draining your coolant if you ever need to do that. Now, Koyorad does recommend that you actually use a 50-50 mix of antifreeze in your car. You know, just like you would from the factory. And you want to use distilled water when you use one of these things, or else the aluminum can corrode out. And well, anytime you're doing a coolant system on your car, you really want to make sure that you have a distilled water in it and you don't have those extra minerals contaminating all that stuff. But overall, the radiator looks sick. Let's jump over to the E30. Right now, we'll just kind of pop the hood. My old car is an automatic, so we are doing the swap to the S52 with the ZF 5-speed transmission. So if you have an E30 that has an automatic, you're gonna have to get an external cooler, which is fine. You know, they don't give you provisions for that like they would on the factory one, but this is the factory radiator right here. As you can see, it looks, you know, a lot skinnier. It is much skinnier right here. You know, it has the factory little tabs up on the top. We'll go over to the Koyorad and kind of see how that looks. As far as size comparison goes, the Koyorad does look a heck of a lot better. It also does not have any of this gross plastic on the end. So plastic is never the best thing in a high performance machine, as this stuff, when it gets to a certain pressure, these little seam welds, or they're not even welds, seam crimps, will actually start to disconnect and can separate, and then, you know, you have a leaky radiator, which is definitely not a good thing. My fan shroud is on here still. You can see, you know, here's the expansion tank. I'm gonna replace my expansion tank when I do the swap, just because I want a clean one, because this one's just pretty nasty and old. Yeah, overall, you can see here, they do have, it looks like that spot here is for use with the shroud, which they did put right there. And you have the other screw here, which looks like it uses that part of the shroud there as well. So they did make some good provisions for this, which is awesome. I'm definitely excited to get this thing in. Not gonna throw it in until I throw this guy in, but having new parts and doing these little mod videos are what I like to do, so I'm excited to get it done. I hope you guys are as stoked on this swap coming up. Definitely check out Koyorad for these new radiators that they have. Like I said, they just, you know, came out for the E36 and for the E30. For the late model E30, if you have an early model E30, these are not going to work. So definitely keep an eye on that and figure that out. So cutoff year is usually 88. So it'll be 88 to 91, and then 91 to 99. Okay guys, so I hope you liked that video. Go ahead and leave a like, drop a comment down below. Let me know if you dig this radiator and if you're gonna pick one up. Yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon. Later, and wrench on.